In this video I will be showing you how I built a Lexus LFA with a working rear wing mechanism in LEGO. So let's get started. So I just started working on the Lexus LFA and this is what I've got so far. So as you can see, I didn't start at the front like I usually do, but this time I started at the rear because I'm trying to integrate a working rear wing mechanism. So it works by pushing and pulling this button, which is attached to an assembly of Technic bricks and bars. And the mechanism is quite similar to the one I used in my Koenigsegg CC850. Then for the taillights I just used some 2x2 wedge plates. And these vent parts are slightly angled using some clip plates. And then for the exhaust I used 3 of these 1x1 round plates with bar. Now let's keep on building. So I have been wanting to build an LFA for quite some time now, and that's when DF3 LEGO Mox reached out to me and invited me to a collaboration. So we ended up both building our own version of the LFA, but more about the collab later. So I actually have tried to build this car in the past before, however it never ended up working out. So this was going to be my final attempt. And the rear actually ended up being quite straightforward, but the front would be the most difficult part. So I made some more progress on the Lexus LFA and I've now nearly finished the sides and I started working on the roofline a bit. So for the rear windscreen I just used a 1x4 panel. And then the B-pillars that sit next to it are attached using these modified round plates. Then to create the air vents at the sides I used a 2x2 modified tile. And this assembly of tiles and wet slopes sits in the middle of 2 studs to create the best size for the air vents. And then the upper part of the side is just built using some cheese slopes and tiles. Now let's keep on building again. So I just came up with the idea to use these 2x2 wedge plates for the headlights, and although I'm quite happy with how it looks, I'm not sure if it will end up working out, as this is already becoming extremely difficult to build around the assembly because of its old dimensions. But I will keep on building and we'll see what I can make out of it. So I was able to finish the front still using the 2x2 triangle tiles for the headlights. So to cover up the sides I used a 2x2 wedge tile. And then all these tiles and slopes at the bottom of the front bumper are attached to a 1x1 modified brick. And then the upper part is built out of some curved slopes and a tile, but I'm still not sure if I will use the thicker or the thinner option that I've come up with. Now let's keep on building once again. The Lexus LFA is now completely finished, and I have to say that I was quite unsure about this model while building it, but I think the end result is pretty good. So I ended up going with the thicker front bumper design because I think it just looks that little bit better than the thinner one. And for this model I didn't use a Speed Champions windscreen because I feel like the roofline looks better using bar pieces for the windscreen. And then the roof is slightly angled using these 1x1 round plates with bar handle. And the interior is extremely simple, and it unfortunately doesn't fit any minifigures because I had to leave some space to operate the rear wing mechanism, which I am still really happy with. So, like I mentioned earlier, this model was built in collaboration with DF3 LEGO Mox, and here are some awesome renders that he made of our 2 models together. And I would highly encourage you to check out his Instagram page and YouTube channel, so I will put a link to both in the description. And that will be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.